me on my live. Are you still there, Ashley? Yep, I think the internet went down. Go fucking figure, right? Right in the middle of trying to do live, the internet decides to be stupid.
That always happens here. I'm always kicked off.
Can I say something to the viewers?
You can, but there's nobody on because the internet's fucking up.
Okay.
Sure you can. Are you going to tell them to look at you and you look crappy like me?
Don't.
I don't look bad. Hi,
Here.
guys.
I can't see you.
Hello.
It's just Ashley right now. I'm trying to get the internet to come on so I can fucking bring up the chat, because otherwise...
I'm gonna be, going to bed, because I don't feel good. I don't know when I'll fall asleep, though.
Still feels like Brianna to me.
That's mean. I went to school, though, today, not feeling good. That was fun. I had a really bad runny nose, though. That was horrible.
Come on, stupid computer.
She thinks she may have the stardust strep throat. She said it's going around her school. And
Well, keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah. So I started her on medicine as soon as she said, Grandma, I didn't feel good today.
Yeah, she gave me medicine that makes me tired. So I blame it on Grandma.
It does, but it's cold and flu, and some of them do make you tired, and she's probably tired anyways because she gets up at 6 o'clock. So, yeah, by this time every night she's usually tired and wants to be a bum.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're re-uploading the computer, and then we'll get started.
I'm really feeling my oats
everyone.
today, you guys. I look like poop. So just overlook me.
Ashley said the schools are full of sickness here.
Are they, or do they have strep going around there too?
All right, so where do you want to start?
Where do I want to start?
On the whole Kiely case, because it's going to take a minute for my computer to upload again.
Oh my goodness, Kiely just... That young lady has just absolutely devastated me, and there's a lot of them out there that go missing that devastate me because they are so young. I have to tell you guys, I'm at a loss for words on Kiely. I am so ashamed of the police department, the FBI, all of them. I'm ashamed. I say fire them all and get new people in there that really want to do their job. This girl could have been found earlier.
Well, she could
not.
I don't think she went in the water the day that fucking the party happened.
Oh, I don't either.
So the police department, you can't really blame them for not finding her if she wasn't in the water until after they searched. You could blame them for not getting the shit out of the water after the car was pulled out of the water.
Now, they didn't search that area. They'd have found that car.
Not if it wasn't there, they wouldn't have.
Gee, I don't know. Something just seems
But when the car was pulled out, the car was pulled out of the water, and they left the laptop, the freaking
her brush,
her backpack, her freaking
some kind of cards you play,
the cards that you the insurance cards, a hat, a shirt, her cell phone cord. Like, all this stuff's been pulled out of the water in the last 2 days. Like, what in the hell? You guys didn't go back there and check and see if that shit fell out of the car?
They knew it did.
Yeah, they didn't care.
They did. I just don't understand it because any person that's missing, murdered, whatever, without a logical reason, should be studied. I know you can't study them all real hard, but don't give up on them. And it just seems to me like on Kiely, they gave up. They just said, what I really think happened, I'll be honest. I'll tell you, because I told Danny. My true honest opinion of why Kiely's case was pretty much dumped, this is my own opinion, is because there was cops' kids at the party.
I don't think that's the reason, but
And I think that's why they didn't want to investigate it
I
that
think
much.
it's- I
That's
think
my true, honest opinion.
Sammy's dad's a PI, and he fucking told him not to look.
But I think that also, I'm just saying, I think there was teenage kids there that were cops' kids, and that's why they didn't want it to come out. But they just made themselves look like
Fucking idiots.
total morons.
When YouTubers are finding the evidence, because AWP, no matter how you look at them, are YouTubers. And this guy that's been diving the last 2 days is a YouTuber. YouTubers do for you, you suck.
Kudos to AWP and check it.
Yeah.
Kudos to you too, check it. AWP, I think you're awesome. I get cold chills when I talk about you guys because you're just an awesome group.
Don't sneeze then, Brianna, that hurts.
My prayers go out to
On your fan arm.
AWP to keep doing what you're doing. Keep rocking it.
See,
Keep on keeping on.
the thing with Sammy, and me and Mom didn't know about it till it come out yesterday. We knew she had a lawyer. She had lawyered up. Apparently Jagger has lawyered up, and so has Kate or Max. Kate's the only one that hasn't lawyered up, so it's a possibility she has nothing to do with it. It's hard for me to believe because I think we'll get into it a little bit. I think she's one of the main characters, but yeah, the reason Sammy lawyered up is because no matter what, she's getting charged for Kiely's death. No matter what. Like if they come out and say her lungs were filled with water, which means she drowned, Sammy's still getting charged for her murder. And the reason for that being is Sammy made the party like it was her party, and with alcohol being there, even though she's not legally of age to give people alcohol, it's her.
She said she did.
It's her party, and she said in multiple interviews that her and Kiely were sharing a drink together, which means she was giving alcohol to minors. So that's one of the reasons why she's got a criminal investigator, is because she's going to be charged no matter what.
A criminal lawyer.
Whatever. You know what I meant. She's going to get charged no matter what. No matter what happens, she's getting charged.
You know, and I don't know what any of you guys think out there. I absolutely, positively, in my heart, that girl was murdered.
Yes, we will not know anything about this case until November 1st, which is fucking stupid. And at least say, and this ain't giving no information away, come out and say we think it's a murder, or come out and say we think it's an accident. That's all they got to do. Come out and say one of those two things, and then make us wait till November 1st. But at least tell us, hey, this is what we think it is, this is what we don't think it is. That's not giving any information. That's not taking away from their investigation. That's just letting us know, did she get murdered or did she drown? And if they tell me she drowned, I'm going to say bullshit anyway. But at least give us that.
Give us
something.
Their points of view, because we all have opinions. You know, even if you don't know exactly what happened, because nobody really truly is ever going to know, even officers are truly going to know exactly what happened. But they have a pretty good idea.
The mother has not stopped it yet. And as of the information coming out on November 1st. But being that Kiely is 16 and she is a minor, she can stop it the day before if she wants.
And an hour before.
Yeah.
You know, 1 second before she could say no, don't. You know, because of Kiely being a minor.
Yep.
So.
Actually, yeah, she put the cops there are like the ones that are in Tennessee with Summer Wells' case. They suck.
Absolutely.
Summer Wells, Gabby Bettina,
Gabby Petito.
Petito, yeah, damn it. And Kiely. And the cops with the girl that I'm researching
in
now.
Texas. The one that just happened in Texas. Come on now. The mom was doing the investigating and running around to get her daughter, Luke.
Yeah.
Luke. The girl, her last name is Luke. Come on now. What is wrong with all these
Turn the light on.
officers? I'm just. People go around saying YouTubers are stupid, dumb, idiots. They don't know nothing, blah, 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 blah. We all know who's saying this
Brianna.
crap. But, you know what? Sometimes everyday people like you and I are smarter than the cops.
Well, here's the
It's
thing.
like, use some common sense here, people.
In Gabby's case, we the YouTube community pretty much solved her case. And in this case, we the YouTube community are solving the case.
Yeah. What do you guys think of
Donna
her
said hi.
Hi, Miss Donna. What do you guys think of the seatbelt being out the back of the hatch? What do you think about that?
So let me explain that since you brought it up. There was a guy that has a 2013 CRV, and he pulled his seatbelt. It's behind the seat and it's up in the ceiling. So it's not directly over the seat like some seatbelts are. This one's like behind the seat.
Yeah, it's to
little,
the side of
a little bit and up in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And he pulled this seatbelt out the back of his car to see how far the seatbelt would reach outside the car. And his seatbelt went 9 foot outside the car.
Outside the back hatch area.
So 3 foot in and then
6 foot
6
out.
foot out of the car. So you could literally wrap a body, and I think that's what happened. Me and Mom both think this is what happened. Wrap the seatbelt around the body like at least 2 times, and then put the seatbelt in.
Because she's small like me.
Yeah, she's like 90 to 100 pounds.
Yeah, like me.
And then wrap it around her twice, and then put it into the door, slam the door shut, and there's no way she's going anywhere.
She's not going to float out the window. She's not going to float anywhere, and I think that's what they were afraid of. They were afraid that she would surface, and then that way they would know that she was in that, her car and stuff was in that Prosser Lake if her body floated up, so they had to think of something to do to keep her body from floating out of that car. And I also think that they strapped her in, just like Danny said, and they put the seatbelt out the back hatch. But I also think the passenger window in the front got kicked out by whoever was steering the car, so they could get out.
Yeah, I think whoever put the car in the water.
And I think it was Sammy, because Sammy's sister said that Sammy was wet and had to change her clothes that night.
See, I haven't heard that story anywhere, but I mean, it's a possibility. But whoever did, I agree with Mom. I don't agree with the person, but I agree with Mom on the story that somebody drove that car into the water. That's why the window was broke. That's why one window was down, because it'd fill the car up faster.
Yep.
And somebody drove the car into the water and was able to get right out because, well, the window's broke.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be able to get right out of the car.
Right.
Because once you're on top of the water, there's no water filling in yet. So you just get right out of the car. Yeah, you'd drop into the water once you got out of the car. You'd be drenched. But you wouldn't be in the car when the car's filling up. Because it takes a minute for the car to fall forward and start filling up. Like once it hits the water, it has it's about a minute before the car starts sinking. And once the car starts sinking, you got 44 seconds to get out of the car. Which ain't very long.
There's so many things I've heard on Kiely. You guys, I'm going to tell you this because I'm a mother and a grandmother. Kids do things. Teenagers do stupid stuff. I was a teenager. Come on now, I did stupid stuff. Kiely wasn't perfect.
Well, no kid's perfect.
But the way they have made this girl seem just absolutely blows my mind.
Yeah, that. You can thank Ryan Upchurch for that shit.
I mean, it blows my mind that people could be so mean to somebody who's passed away and say mean, cruel things about her, and they have no clue about her life. No clue. We all dig into information and pay attention to what this one's saying, that one's saying. We make up our own mind what is truth. We read between the lines. I mean, you can do this kind of stuff.
How's it going, Brown?
But to be absolutely cruel to Kiely, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. She can't defend herself. There's no excuse for it.
So Ashley put, I think that was why the tow truck guy said the girl asked him how to run the seatbelt through or belt loops in your pants. Maybe they was thinking
how to
that was going to hold her in.
Yeah.
And then Brown put, they're all involved. And then Ashley put, I did see it. They did say Sammy come home wet. See, I just haven't seen it. So if you know what that article is, actually send it to me.
Yes.
I'm not saying that she's wrong. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. And me and Mom have arguments about this, and it's because she'll see something I don't see, and I'll see something she don't see. But me and her both are the same. If we didn't see it, it didn't happen. So until I see that, I'm not going to say that's part of my story because I've never seen anybody say anything about that.
Yep, it's out there.
Because I have to have my own opinion of stuff. And if I haven't seen something, I can't put it in part of my opinion.
Well, see, now Danny doesn't agree with me because I think cops' teenage kids were at the party.
I guarantee there was cops' teenage kids at the party.
And I think that's why there's such a big cover-up. I do.
I think it's because of Sammy.
I'm sorry, them cops, they didn't want their kids' names out there. We got any names yet? Nope, because they're all freaking minors, and they're probably cops and investigators' kids and everyday kids like...
Well, they can't...
You know?
They can't put out minors' names. They're minors.
There's a lot of them that weren't minors.
Yeah, but...
Come on, you get 300-400 people.
Was there 300 or 400 people, though?
Well, I've heard people say, I have heard some people say they don't think there was a party at all there.
There was a party.
That it was a setup.
100% there's a party. There's pictures. There's at least 2 pictures from the party. And there's a guy, 3 videos from that party.
There's over 9,000 pictures.
There's 9,000 pictures that the police department have.
Yeah.
But freaking the ones that have been released show there's more than there's a party. There's been enough to be released that there's a party. There's at least 50 people in them car videos. So I don't think there was 300. I would go somewhere around 100. I think the 300 was just teenagers exaggerating because, well, that's what they do. And it's a party, so you want your party to seem like it's bigger than whoever had the last party. So you would just say, well, there's 300 at my party. You only had 100 at yours.
Right. Now, see, and I also heard, and I could be wrong, you guys, just what I heard, that there was a party that Kiely could have possibly went to down by Boca, and that she wasn't even at Sammy's party.
Yeah, there's a possibility she never made it to this party. And if that's the case, see, I don't think Max has anything to do with it, but if Sammy never made it to the party, then Max has a lot...
Kiely.
No, Max.
You said if Sammy didn't make it
to
the
Kiely,
party.
Yeah, you know what I mean. If Kiely didn't make it to the party, then Max has something to do with it also. Because Max came with Kiely to the party.
Yeah, they were all supposed to have been in the car together. The girls. And went.
No, there's only... Whoever the other person is that they're still not saying who it is was a guy.
You think it was a guy?
100%. They said it was a guy at the beginning. It was a guy and Max and Kiely that went to the party. They do not say who the other person is. It's 100% a guy. Sammy was already at the party because it's her party. Sammy didn't go with them.
I wonder if Kiely even made it to that party if she went to the one that was at Boca.
Either way.
And they just were using Kylie's card. Which could be possible.
Which is a big possibility. But when the tow truck driver, if his story's true and we don't know his story's true, like we're just going with the option that it could be true, I honestly think, and this is my opinion, Mom has a little bit different on this. Mom thinks it's Sammy. I think it's Kate. Same story. So here we go. I think that when the tow truck driver talked to Jagger and Kate, Mom thinks the tow truck driver talked to Jagger and Sammy, but we both agree that Kiely was probably already in the back of the car, which is why they kept circling the car to talk to the driver. So the driver would never go to the back of the car to look in.
And you notice that the tow truck driver does say they seem suspicious. Suspicious, we all know what that means. And leery, she seemed leery
How's it
of
going, Devin?
Jagger for some reason. You know, so he kept saying, the tow truck driver kept saying that Kiely would move from one side of the car and then Jagger would come up to her and she'd move to the other side. I think that was a ruse to keep him from looking in the back of the car.
Two things I get from it is the seatbelt. The girl, whoever the girl was, Kiely, Sammy,
Kylie would
or
know
Kate,
her car.
But if she's drunk, she might not think about it or high or fucked up.
She would still know how to work her seatbelt.
Depending on how fucked up she is. So you have to go that it's Kiely because that's who he said it is. I don't think that's who it is. I think it was Kate. Mom thinks it was Sammy. But either way, you got the seatbelt. Which, why would you ask that? Which makes sense. And I noticed that the guy said the perfume bottles. Mom says girls keep perfume bottles in the front. I don't think that's the reason the perfume bottle was in the front of her car. I think it was in the front of her car to keep the smell down because Kiely was already dead in the back of the car from the night before, earlier in the day the night before.
And see, I don't think so. I think the perfume was in there because, like I explained to Danny, in my S10, I carry Lysol. Most people don't, but I do. It's just always been a habit of mine to carry a can of Lysol with me, you know, so I can spray my truck if my puppy's been in there or something, or I got in and had stinky feet or maybe stinky armpits after work or whatever. I carried Lysol. You know, and I think that's what Kiely did. And sometimes teenagers nowadays carry perfumes in their car not to wear it, but to cover up an aroma like marijuana or maybe meth or something like that you have to light, you know, or maybe even cigarette smoke so their parents don't smell it in their vehicle. I think a lot of teenagers nowadays carry perfume for that reason. You know, some wear it, but I think mostly they carry it to cover up odors they don't want their parents to smell.
I don't think so, but that's just my opinion. Okay, it says, Ashley put, I don't understand why the law lets Sammy tell everyone that tips should go through her instead of law that... Here's what I...
No, Jagger said that.
No, Sammy said that.
Sammy said it too?
Jagger said to bring everything to him, but Sammy's the one that had the meetings and said for everybody to come to her. That's what she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Here's what I think people aren't understanding about that. So, these cops, whether we all think they're stupid or not, and we do, they knew where they were going to set up this get-together with Sammy and her friends, and all the people were going to come. If you guys think there's no microphones that were hidden there the night before when this all happened, you're probably crazy. Them cops had probably microphones set up, even though Sammy thought they were just talking to her. More than likely, those cops, because they knew it was going to happen, had some microphones set up somewhere.
And they were
listening in on that freaking...
to see if they could get bits and pieces.
Yeah, there was microphones somewhere,
you know,
set up for that, because they knew it was coming, because Sammy put it out the night before, and they knew. There's some evidence of that talking. Like, that wasn't just her talking to some kids. There was microphones somewhere. Or some kind of video, audio, or something.
Something was there to try to catch any information that a kid could walk up to Sammy and say, "Oh, well, I seen this," and then that way the cop knows it. My honest opinion is, you guys, I don't think Kiely went into the water for probably
Why did you say weirdo for, Brown?
4 or 5 days.
Me too. I'd say it's more 5 or 6 days because they were on the water 4 to 5 days. So it'd have to be 5 or 6 days before the car went in the water.
I say 4 or 5.
Well, if it's 4, they would have put it in the water while the cops were there. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, the cops weren't guarding it up at that time.
Yes, they were. For the first 5 days, they were there the whole time. There's 19,000 hours that was put on the case for the first 5 days.
Okay.
Because we have an opinion, we're a weirdo. That makes sense. Yeah, you have an opinion on this, right? Does that make you a weirdo because you have an opinion? I mean, what the fuck?
Everybody has opinions, and we welcome your opinion, and it's okay for you to agree to disagree with us.
I'm saying
we can go on.
I'm saying there probably was a fucking microphone there when that girl did this conversation with these boys and girls.
I'm sure
that them cops,
there was something there.
Them cops aren't. They're dumb, but they're not dumb. They're gonna fucking put something there because they knew it was coming. They're not just gonna let this girl talk to the people and give information. No, that doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
They're gonna have a tap somewhere on a table or something to catch the conversation. Yeah, that's invasion of privacy.
No, it's not. Not if you're a cop.
But
and you're in a public area. I can record anything I want in a public area. It happened in a park. The cops can record you in the park, no matter if you like it or not. You're in a public area.
Well, yeah, they were trying to dig up all information that they could. They had taps there somewhere.
Yeah,
sorry.
Somebody was hearing something.
Yeah.
Actually put, that's something I don't understand. 99% of the time, kids are always recorded in pictures and going live on Facebook or Instagram, but yet none has been posted. That's because you got to understand, Ashley, these are minor kids. Like a lot of these kids were under 18, like 16 or 17-year-old kids at this party. 18, you're even in some areas considered a minor still. So the cops can't show you the pictures from the party because there's underage kids in the pictures. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to put those pictures out for everybody to see. Ryan Upchurch saying there ain't no pictures because it's all fake. No, it's because they're minor kids and the cops are still they're still investigating this thing. They're not going to show pictures of the minors. That just doesn't make any sense.
Unless they want to be sued.
Then it's illegal to... No, it's not. I can legally go out my front door. Once I touch the road, I can video anything I want to video long as I'm on public property. The road is public. I can video in your house from the road and not get in trouble. It's public property.
Absolutely. If you do not
want... yes, you can video kids. It's stupid and it'd fucking be kind of sick of you. But if they're outside the house and you're on public property, you can video them. You shouldn't, but legally you can.
Do you know how many people actually do that when they're out just taking pictures of anything and you've accidentally got a kid in there?
What you're basically saying is, if let's say I go to Disney World and I take a picture of my kids, but yet there's another minor kid in the background of the picture because they're all fucking kids at Disney World. I can't take the picture because there's a minor in the picture with my kids. It's a public place. I can video anything I want in the public. Should you go around videotaping little kids? Fuck no, you shouldn't. That's sick and somebody should beat your ass for it. But it's not against the law.
And most of the time it's an accident. When you're out at a zoo or something like that, and you get people in your picture and they have kids or babies in strollers. Come on, now use some common sense.
Cameras aren't allowed in school. My daughter's school has cameras all over it. People bring their cell phones to school, then got cameras on them.
They have
People have dash cams on their cars when they pull up to pick up their kids at school. They have cameras on them.
Yep.
The streets outside of your school where the four-way stops are have cameras on them outside of the school. If I'm standing on the street outside of the school, I can videotape the school because I'm on public property. So I get what you're saying. It shouldn't happen. People shouldn't do it. It's kind of fucking weird, but it's not against the law.
Yeah. How many times do you go underneath a camera that's out on the road? Are they lame and full of crap and all that kind of stuff? Because your towns have cameras up there that take videos of your kids. Come on now.
Sorry, not in my your school has cameras in it. I don't give a crap if you say it doesn't. He said, sorry, not in my country.
Like, where's your country?
But are you talking the United States or are you talking some totally other country? Because this is the United States we're talking about. So
the United States has cameras.
Their cameras, once you walk out that door, everybody's filming you. Like my house has 7 cameras on it. 7 cameras on it. If you come by my house, you're getting filmed. The house that I got across the street has 4 cameras on it. If you come down this road, you're getting filmed.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're in a different country, right? You're not in the United States. See, what happens in your country is not the same as here. So you saying what we're saying is wrong is not wrong because that's how the law works in the United States.
We are protecting our children when there are cameras.
That makes more sense. You're from the UK. So the law over there is going to be totally different than the law here in the United States.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, yes, you can legally film anybody in the United States on public property.
Yes.
That
is your right.
No matter who the hell it is or what age they are. Should you be able to record kids? No. But legally you can.
And it happens all the time at amusement parks, at your county fairs. Everybody's snapping pictures. They've been doing it for hundreds of years. We can't say it's wrong to take a picture of somebody because it's been going on for hundreds of... Everybody's done it.
If you're going around and your whole point of life is filming minor kids, somebody should beat your ass.
That is
100%.
But
if I'm taking a picture of my daughter or my son
and a kid
walks by or something,
come on.
That doesn't mean nothing. I just took a picture of my kid. Your kid happened to get in the picture.
Yeah.
It's called a photo bomb. That's what it is.
Yeah. And the cameras on the schools and up on where they can catch people speeding and stuff like that always has kids, parents.
I'm not trying to be an ass brown. I'm just trying to explain how the United States works. Like in the UK, it's probably totally different than in the United States.
Yeah.
But once we walk out the door, anybody in the United States, walk out the door.
Somebody's videoing you.
By the time you go to town and come back, you've probably been videoed 100 times.
Yep.
By different cameras. Probably 100 different cameras have filmed you from the time you leave your house till the time you get where you're going, and by the time you get back to your house, you've probably been filmed 100 times.
Yes. And that's even with everyday people who are standing outside and they're videoing and you just happen to be driving by. It happened.
It's just how the law works in the United States. As long as you're in public or you're defending your property, because you can have cameras on your property, you can legally film anything.
Yes. Yes. Because they cannot take away your civil rights to do it. They just can't. As long as it's in a public area, it's all filmable. All filmable.
Yeah, so anyways, back to Kiely's case. What do you want to jump into?
What we were talking about?
We were talking about the tow truck driver.
Okay, yeah, everybody says that Nick, the tow truck driver, or Nate, is his name Nick or Nate? Nick.
I don't remember.
I think it's Nick.
Started with an N.
I think his name is Nick. But if I'm wrong, excuse me. Everybody, not everybody, but I've heard a lot of people say that the tow truck driver's involved and he's the one who put the car in the water. And I just don't get that vibe from him.
Yeah, everybody.
I mean, it's just not a vibe I get.
Everybody is saying that's full shit. Here's the thing. That guy has a camera that faces the front view of his vehicle and the back view of his vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have control of that. Just his company does.
Right.
So he can't turn the camera off. He can't turn the camera on.
Right.
They're probably in boxes, and there's probably a little hole in it.
It's probably got it even locked.
Yeah, so the camera can look out both areas, and it's probably locked.
Yeah,
and
so you can't ever try to rip it off.
He can't turn it off or on.
Right.
So if he was the one that put the car in the lake, he would be gone for. He either would have to be having his vehicle right there when it happened, or he would be gone from his vehicle for a pretty significant amount of time to do so. And that just didn't happen.
I just, when I heard that one start flying around YouTubers, I was like, are you kidding?
And people saying the mother did it, you're an idiot. The mother didn't do it. Do I like the mother? No, I think she's a bitch. And my reason for that being is anybody that won't go look for their kids when they're missing, like if my kids go missing, I'm going to be out from the time I get up until the time I go to bed. And I'm going to literally have to pass out before I even go to bed, before I'm up the next day doing it again. This mother saying she wasn't going to look kind of pissed me off and makes me think she's not the greatest mother in the world. But her daughter still died. She's still mourning her daughter's death, and she had nothing to do with her daughter's death.
No, she didn't. She absolutely didn't. She may come off as doing a lot of things wrong, but she didn't hurt her daughter. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Ashley.
She did not hurt her daughter.
Yeah, it just didn't happen. She wasn't a good mother, in my opinion. From what I've seen, like she might have been a great mother. We don't know how she was. But her not looking for her kids, I didn't like that. Other people have their own opinion. But let's see what's been said. I do believe if there was a party, there would be lots of video. Yes, but like I said,
I would have thought somebody, and I don't know about you guys, but I would have thought that somebody, come on, if there's that many people there, wouldn't you think somebody would leak something?
I don't think there was I don't think the party was nearly as big as they're saying it is. I think maybe 50 to 100 kids.
I still think somebody would have leaked something.
And maybe they haven't, we just haven't figured it out yet.
Well, and that could be too.
Like we don't know the kids' names that are there.
That's right.
Like literally, you know 4 names from there. And 2 of them weren't even there. So you know Kiely, Sammy, and Kate. Kate wasn't there. Jagger wasn't there. And Mags was there for 10 to 30 minutes.
Sorry.
Depending on how you look at
Jagger was there.
He wasn't at the party.
Jagger was there.
He might have showed up afterwards, but he wasn't at the party.
He was there.
There's no pictures. There's nobody even saying that. He wasn't there.
He was there.
No, he wasn't. But anyways, he might have been there after.
Okay, let's agree.
But you know, five people at that party. You don't know any names of any of the other people. So how do you find out if they got pictures? You don't, because you don't know who they are.
True.
So the only people's pick.
But you would have think by now, because kids share everything.
But that don't mean they would want to be.
But you would think somebody would leak something.
You gotta look at it this way too. Ryan Upchurch fucking went after 2 young girls that had nothing whatsoever to do with this case and had death threats. Do you think these kids would put out the pictures after they know that 2 girls that didn't have anything to do with it got death threats? What would they do to those people that were actually involved in it?
Ain't that shameful?
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I do. And I think it's shameful that even came up. Hey, you guys. I'm just going to put this out there because it truly comes from my heart. But go over and watch AWP's videos. Check them out.
Everybody's watched AWP's video. That's on here.
Watch all of them. Support them if you can. buy one of them window crackers. Now, I'm usually with Danny in the car, so hopefully Danny can bust out the window and we can get out. But go check out their merchandise
I'm not by
and support them.
where we live. There ain't much. There's water, but it ain't. You're not driving by it.
Constantly. There's
Pretty
a
much
pond
never.
or something on somebody's
Yeah, you're pretty much never driving.
land or something.
But the road's far away from the ponds usually, so you're not really ever driving by water here.
We have a lot of rivers here, and usually our rivers are full.
But there's big ass.
Come from the
There's big,
city.
huge ass bridges that go over our rivers. So.
Oh yeah, and people see and
usually the rivers around here are packed with people swimming.
Yeah,
so if your car goes in the water, somebody's gonna get you out.
Yeah, somebody's gonna help you out.
Unless you're in the winter, then you're probably screwed. But
yeah, wintertime could. Well, and a lot of times they will block off the river routes because they don't want anybody to slide into the rivers around here. So, there's always something we can do. But yeah, you guys be sure and support AWP. They're awesome. They're helping people.
No, the mother was not at the party. If there was a party, and there's a possibility there wasn't a party. But there are 3 videos that are supposedly from this party. And if those 3 videos are actually from this party, there's at least 30 plus kids in each of those videos. So there's at least 30 people at this party if this is actually from the party. But one of those pictures have already been, one of the actual photo pictures, which was 3 of them, one of those has already been debunked. It happened in Rio, Nevada, at a different party.
Yeah.
At a different party.
And I'm kind of wondering now if Kiely was at the Boca party and didn't even make it to Sammy's party.
Okay.
Anybody got any ideas on that?
We'll get into this one, Ashley, because that one, me and Mom.
We've kind of bumped heads on a few things.
I don't think this is what happened, but if it did happen, I have my opinion. Mom thinks it did happen, but if it did happen, my opinion makes a lot of sense. So, and I talked to Mom about it. But anyways, this is what Ashley said. Makes me question about the friendly fights that Sammy was talking about. So tell them what you think, and then I'll tell them I don't agree with it, but if it did happen, this could happen. So go ahead.
What do you mean what I think?
What you think happened?
Do I think that Kiely was in a friendly fight?
And with who?
I think her and Sammy did have it out. I don't know if it was at Sammy's party or another party, but them girls fought that night.
Okay.
And I think that Sammy went overboard and really hurt Kiely. And that's truly what I think. I don't think Kiely was drunk. I don't think she
was drunk.
Drugging
she
that
had
bad.
Drunk in her. She probably was drinking, but I don't think she was wasted.
And I think what happened to her was Sammy beat the holy living hell out of her.
Okay, so
my opinion.
Here's my opinion. I don't think that happened, but I told Mom, and Mom agrees with me. If it did happen, possibly Kiely got knocked down and hit her head or something, like a concussion type of thing. Maybe went back and sit in her car, laid down, and you're not supposed to go to sleep when you have a concussion.
Yeah.
And maybe she just laid there and died. And then Sammy went and checked on her, or somebody went and checked on her, found that she was dead, and they all freaked out.
And that's why they all left at 12:30.
I don't think that's who she fought, but it's a big possibility since AWP did say Kiely got in a fight with somebody. They just don't say who it is. But I don't know.
My honest opinion is her and Sammy started out having a friendly fight because they have the friendly boxing, And then Sammy, for some reason, lost it and really hurt Kiely. She wanted to hurt Kiely. There was something there, and I can't put
She might not have wanted it. It might have just accidentally happened. Like a friendly fight sometimes turn into a real fight. Like I did boxing with my dad and my friends, and sometimes somebody hit you and it piss you off. That friendly fight is no longer a friendly fight. You're actually fighting now. That might have been what happened. So it wouldn't be that Sammy wanted to hurt her. Just maybe Kiely got a good hit on Sammy and pissed Sammy off, and Sammy fucked her up after that.
I'm sorry, you guys. If Kiely was at this party, I think she was there and Kiely was set up.
I know. These kids aren't that smart, but anyways.
I think she was set up.
Brown put, Santa Mae said there was a so-called beautiful Hispanic party next door.
There was a wedding.
Okay, so there was a wedding. That's been proved that there was a wedding. They have not showed Santa Mae's video, which people are thinking since Santa Mae says there's a video, she was there. No, that doesn't mean she was there. It means she got a video from somebody that was there, or she was there.
Yeah, maybe somebody sent it to her. Come
just
on,
because just because she said there's a party next door, don't mean she was at the party. It could mean she was at the party, or it could mean somebody at the party gave her the video.
Maybe she had friends at that.
Here's the thing: you're not going. If Santa Mae did have a video, and we don't know for a fact, we don't know, they're not going to show you. Again, the video would point at the party where there's minor kids at, and they're not going to put, the police department's not going to put that out for you to see because there's minor kids at the party. Mm-hmm. They're not going to show that evidence. It's just not going to be shown.
They can't. They take the chance of getting sued if they do.
But they should come out and say that there was 2 parties that night. They should say that. Because that might be why they think there's 300 people that were at the parties. Because 2 parties were going on at the same time.
Plus there was also one in Reno,
Nevada, but that's like almost an hour away.
There was a party going on in Reno and then...
and Boca.
So there was quite a few parties going on around there.
The 2 parties, if there was 2 parties there, that's a possibility why they think there's 300 people, because both parties had a lot of people.
Yes.
Was there the possibility they're just ranking them together, and it wasn't just this party had 300 and this one had 50? No, that might be saying both parties together.
Well, and Boca's right in that area too.
Which should
so they might have put even Boca in there and said 300.
Boca's not within that area.
Yeah, it's not that far.
These parties happened in the same park. That happened in another town. You can't rank them together. You can rank the 2 parties that happened in the same park. Like, you can't rank something that happened in another town. I can't say, I had a party here in Leasburg, but there was a party in Cuba, so there was 500 people. Because both parties had 500 people. You can't say that. But 2 parties that happened in the same park, in the same area, you could say they could have got mixed together and there could be like 300 people. But
see, I don't know if the wedding guests would be
they're adults.
A bunch of little teeny boppers. I don't know. I mean, it's possible if they were drunk.
Okay, let's catch this up. It seems like a party heaven donor processor in Reno. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. There was like 3 or 4 parties.
Yep.
Brown put they panicked, which is a possibility. Like, if she did hurt her and she did die because of that reason, the kids would panic, and they all left at like 12:30-ish. 12:30 to 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Everybody left.
Like, immediately.
Like, quickly.
It wasn't even a slow thing. It was like, oh, boom.
So something happened. It might not have been that, but something happened for all them kids to leave.
At one time.
All at once.
Mm-hmm.
And he put, then just come clean. They're not going to come clean because if they push that car in the lake, they're at fault. And they're going to hide it as long as they can because nobody wants to go to jail.
Well, and each and every one of them, even though the teenagers, some of them are minors, it's still, if they've seen it, they're accessories, you guys.
Like Sammy's
they're all accessories if they've seen something.
No matter what, Sammy's getting charged. So, even if they find out it was nothing to do with her at all, and let's say they say that Kiely got killed, and Sammy has nothing to do with that. Sammy's still going to get charged. And the reason for that being is she gave alcohol in a party that she started to a minor. And she even said she did so. So no matter what the thing comes out as, if it comes out accidental, if it comes out accidental or on purpose, Sammy's getting charged no matter what. Like, she will be charged in this case no matter which way it goes.
Because she admitted to sharing drinks with Kiely all night long.
Yeah, so no matter what, Sammy's getting charged. She's not getting out of it no matter which way the case goes. Sammy will be charged.
And that's why Sammy has a criminal lawyer. Because no matter which way it goes, like Danny said, she's going to be charged with something.
Ashley put, Sammy reminds me of a bully. And then Brown put, watch her video and pay close attention to what she says. I watched all her videos. She's, yeah.
It's almost like she tells on herself without telling on herself. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you can read between the lines of what she's supposed to be saying. So, Sammy, to me, all along looked guilty. All along.
I'd never heard of her car being seen in Boca, but nobody said they seen her car in freaking, at the fucking party either. Like in the Placer County party. Nobody said they ever seen her car there either.
Nick, the tow truck driver, said her car was in Boca on Saturday.
But he's talking about the night of the party. Did anybody see the car? No.
I don't know if they did or not, but she could have been at the party there.
And nobody seen her car at the Placer County party either, except Sammy, supposedly. Because they went back and recharged their phones, supposedly.
And got drinks out of the car.
Yeah, so the only person that says her car was at that party is Sammy. Which makes Sammy look guilty again.
Mm-hmm.
What's the score? They have went to different states. I don't know what happens over there. I'm not really sure what that means.
That's from the person from the UK. What's the score for what?
What's the score? They have went to different states. I don't know what happened over there. I don't know what you mean. I'm not getting what you mean there. And then I don't know. You'll have to write. But what other weird things have happened in this case that?
Okay, now I do know Check It. I had listened to him last night.
If you don't know who Check It is, that's the guy that found
all the Kiely
items.
Stuff that was left behind. He had said he found something, but he couldn't tell any of us about it. That it would come out later. So I'm guessing, because people asked him if it was a weapon, and he said no. And they asked a couple other questions, and he said no. But he said it's real important to the case. I don't know what it is, because AWP has to keep some of their stuff under wraps.
Because the police
and we understand they're still investigating, so we understand that stuff. But I think Check It got told, too, not to let a piece of something that he found come out in the open yet. So
he just put out a video this morning that he found yesterday.
But he does have something he found that he can't say anything about it yet.
Yeah, one item that he found, the police is not letting him talk about what that item is.
Or the dad, because the dad was at the river with him.
Yeah, so the first day he found the laptop and that big chunk of the car, her bag, and her brush.
Mm-hmm.
And
some cards. Some kind of card.
Something. But anyways, this morning, he was there and found her phone charger, her insurance card, and a hat. A black, stocking cap. And somebody in that video I put out about that said that they seen a picture from the party, and I'm trying to get the picture of somebody wearing a black stocking cap. So
Really?
I don't until I see the picture. It's not real. It's fake.
Right. I haven't
But
seen it.
once I see the picture, if I do see a picture, I'll put out the video about it. But as of right now, I've never seen a picture with somebody wearing a black stocking cap. But freaking, if I do get it, I will put it out for you guys. Actually, there is a reason why Sammy, and this makes a lot of sense, Ashley, and you're right. There is a reason why Sammy keeps saying we sit in the car to charge her phone. Maybe that's to cover up her DNA being in the car.
True.
And another crazy thing is, so on the back of the seat,
Because people think. Let me just put this in here real quick. People think that water gets rid of your fingerprints, but it doesn't, you guys, because when something's
it does
dry,
after being in there for 14 days, it would get rid of your fingerprints.
It still has it in there because your skin has oil on it. So
your fingerprints are gone. If I put my finger in the bottom of the sink in the kitchen, and I go and turn the water on, my fingerprint's gone. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Even the investigators that I listened to last night said no.
The investigators
that
are full
fingerprints, some piece of DNA is still there.
I doubt it. But anyways, this is my opinion.
But
Sammy knows a lot about this car, but knows nothing about this car. So she says there's a sunroof in this car. There's no sunroof in her car.
Right.
None.
Right.
But she also says there's a ram on the back window underneath the windshield wipers because it's got a big long windshield wiper that goes.
And it does have one.
It's not a sticker though. It's the emblem to the CRV, which is a ram, and it's underneath the CRV. You can see it clearly in the AWP video. It's not a sticker. That's an actual emblem with the ram on it. So the only way that bitch would know that there's a ram on the back of her car is if she was behind her car. Like, my brother Billy, he had a tendency of putting stickers on his windows of his cars. And sometimes I wouldn't even notice there were stickers on it until he said, "Hey, did you see that new sticker I put on my window?" Oh yeah, you did put a sticker. Like, people don't pay attention to stickers on cars. They just don't.
They did mine because mine said piss on the X.
That's a little different. People thought that was funny.
Yeah, and mine really showed up on my back window. It said piss on the X. It was good. It was a good one.
Ashley put, in the ring to the pop gun, I seen a video said you can kill someone with a pop gun, and I didn't know that. Yes, pop guns are dangerous, but the chances of killing somebody are pretty slim. I don't know what that has anything to do with.
Now I know you can put eyes out and stuff like that, but I didn't know that a pop gun could kill someone. But
it's fire coming
out. Do you think they used that on Kiely?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
I've never heard that. But anyways, Brown put, sorry, missed that. Can she be brought back to Truckee? Sorry, missed that. Can she be brought back to Truckee?
Who?
I have no idea.
Can who be brought back to Truckee?
Ashley put, was it in that picture that came out first? I'll have to go back and look for someone wearing one of them hats. I don't remember there being anybody in that first picture with a hat. And I don't think that is a picture.
I think there is. I keep seeing like an image in my brain.
That picture that everybody got at first where they're standing by the trees, that's not a picture. That's a picture from a video. If you pay attention, it's hard to see, but there's a little bit of movement from the feet, and that means it was flashing as the video was moving. So that's from a video.
But wasn't there somebody wearing a stocking cap in that? I think there was.
She said bull. Like, I need to pay attention so when we're talking about something, I don't Sammy if she is in a different state. Sammy's not in a different. She's from Truckee.
Yeah, she's from Truckee.
Yeah, Sammy's from Truckee, and that's where this all happened. Actually, I have a sticker that said "honk" if a kid falls out, laughing my ass off.
Oh, that's a good one too. I like that. I like that because my sister actually did that. My oldest sister put her son in his car seat on top of her car, opened the door, got involved with putting the groceries in, forgot her son was up there. I'm not kidding you. This really happened. She forgot her son was on top of her car. Her and my sister Peggy drove off, and the baby fell on the ground. Thank goodness for the car seat, because the baby fell, and they happened to look back, and there was the baby in the road. So, everybody can make mistakes, and you have to be cautious, but that really truly happened. So, yeah, I kind of like that one, Ashley. Make sure that no kids fell out.
Ashley put also, there was one of them rings found there where the party was. Oh, I remember that. Okay. One that goes to Pop Gun. Yeah, they found the Pop Gun rings. Like they're circled and they got the pops all the way around it.
Mhm.
They found one of those at the where the party would have been. I don't think that's what happened. Like that.
Anything's possible because
Yeah,
they haven't told us anything, so it's also possible too,
I mean,
Ashley.
It is said to be able to happen, but it's so uncommon for it to happen that I doubt that's what happened.
Now, if they were going for her eyes or something to hurt her so she couldn't see,
I just don't think that's what happened.
I don't know.
It seems too far fetched, but so does everything else that's happening in this.
Yeah,
case, so.
this is like, I thought Gabby and Brian's was a trail upon a trail where you could write a book for probably years. Man, Kiely's is coming up that way, and such an innocent, sweet girl, And here we all are trying to figure out what happened to this girl and why it happened. And it just seems like you come up against these roadblocks, and like there's a lot of people who really didn't care what happened to her. Oh, another kid, she died. She was drunk, she did drugs. Well, just what if you guys didn't? Just what if she didn't?
Everybody should be allowed their own opinion, Dreamer. Like, I don't agree with Ryan Upchurch's opinion, and I think what he's doing is bullshit. But he's allowed to have his fucking opinion, whether we like it or not. And what she put was, I know there are some humans out there that don't let us have our own opinions. I respect your opinion completely. And then Ashley put, I don't think we will ever find out what really happened. Just like with Summer, the truth will never come out.
Because they're going to cover it up.
Yeah, they debunked the Summer news today already. Like, so that wasn't Summer's they found.
I still think, you guys, I just can't help it because I keep bringing it up to Danny like every month or so. I just can't help but think that Brian's walking the earth.
Yeah, I don't know about that shit, but
Brian Laundrie's alive.
In your opinion.
Nobody has proved to me the man died.
In your opinion.
That's right. In my opinion.
Yes.
I think he's walking around on the earth.
I don't think he is, but...
Well, I do. So.
I think they covered up a lot of shit in that story. A whole lot of shit in that story.
And there's a whole lot that's trying to be covered up here, too.
Oh, a whole lot. Ashley said she agrees with you on Brian.
Oh, well, thank you, Ashley. You don't have to agree with me, but I appreciate that you do. But it's just something that I have thought all along. That man ain't dead. They haven't proved to me that he is.
We're not going into the Gabby story. We're in the Kiely story.
Right.
Totally different story. So, what else do you guys want to talk about as far as the Kiely story? Because there's a lot of little things that have happened. I think we've covered pretty much all the new stuff that's happened.
Well, they kept trying to blame AWP for doing a lot of stuff, but when you flip a car, when you go in and you flip a car and you're just a regular everyday tow truck driver, and that's what you do for a living, not saying anything against tow truck drivers, but sometimes it happens where you break something. You don't mean to, but it happens. My uncle did it, so. And there's always, that chance that your car breaks down or something like that, and you accidentally break something as a tow truck driver, But these windows, because I was listening to Nick last night, and he said when he did his research around the car, that the back driver's window was halfway down, and the passenger side in the front was broke out, and that was it.
Well, when they turned the car over, it broke.
But when they flipped the car, it had to have broke the driver's side window and the mirror.
Yeah.
Because he said they were intact when he did his.
If you watch the video, you can see it.
When he did his.
If you watch the video, you can see all the windows are intact except
checking the car.
Except the passenger side windows broke.
And there's a lot of people that want to blame AWP. Come on, you guys. What did they do wrong? Somebody out there tell me what they did wrong. He did his assertion of the car, the checkout.
They didn't do anything wrong.
And all of that. Came up, got back in his boat, they buoyed it. So they ballooned it, buoyed it, whatever you guys want to call it. Marked the spot where her car was. What did they do wrong? As soon as he come up and got back in his boat and they had buoyed the car, it was out of their hands. So quit blaming AWP for things that happen.
I don't even know why you brought it up. It has nothing to do with her case at all.
Yes, it does, because a lot of people are saying AWP broke this, broke that, broke this, broke... No, they didn't.
I got that, but what does that have anything to do with the case?
Because Kiely.
It has nothing.
It's her car.
It has nothing to do with her case at all. They figured out where she is. They brought her out of the water. That's all. That has nothing to do with the case at all.
I give them praise.
But they should have listened to AWP with the fucking put the bags under the car.
Yes.
AWP told them to put bags under the car. That way the evidence wouldn't fall out of the car. If it did, it would go into the bags.
Or put tarps over the windows so nothing came out. And they didn't.
You can't put tarps over a window in the water.
Sure you can.
How do you get it to stick? You'd have to touch the car, which you can't do because you have to have the evidence. So by opening that door, you've already fucked up the evidence. They needed to put the bags, like AWP said, there's bags that you can wrap around the tires of the car, and when it flips over, it would flip into the bags, and all the stuff would leak into the bags. You can't touch the door to put bags on the window because it's evidence. Like, you can't touch the car.
They went straight down and put a tarp on it. You think they didn't touch that car?
They ran a tarp over the top of it.
They still did it.
They didn't open the door in order to put tarps in the water.
No, they didn't, but you think they didn't touch that car? They did.
Okay,
maybe I'm wrong on that one.
But
I'm saying it could have been tarped or something and maybe have magnets on the tarp where it hooks to the bumper or something where you don't have to touch anything.
Yes, that's how their bags work. I've seen them do it a bunch of times in their videos. You put these tarps under there, and they're magnetized to the car. And when the car flips over, all the stuff falls into these magnetized bags that are hooked to the car. They didn't do anything. They just flipped the car over, left all the shit there.
Broke stuff.
And they pulled the car out of the water.
And I seen a picture that it haunts me when I see it because I see Kiely in the back window.
You can literally see that her face is up against that window.
Yeah, and it haunts me. It haunts me.
Yes, I seen that video, actually, from Don B. I'll have to send it to my mom so she can watch it.
I'm just, some things just devastate me.
Exactly, Ashley.
the way people do things.
If AWP didn't find her, we'd still be looking for her.
You're absolutely
She'd still be missing.
right. That's why I said you guys go on over to AWP and support them because they're doing a great job. They're bringing home people that have been in water and stuff for years, 20,
the thing is,
30 years.
If they wouldn't have found her, it'd already be a cold case.
Yeah.
Because there would be no leads to nowhere.
That's right. That's right. I give kudos to AWP.
It'd be a cold case right now if AWP wouldn't have found her.
Yeah, I
kind of like summer. Summer's is a cold case because there's no new evidence. No new evidence makes it a cold case.
Now there is a guy in Texas on the Summer Wells, and he's trying to hire a private investigator himself who will not side with the people in that state. And he said it's one of the hardest things he's ever had to do because most private investigators want to go through the police and everything else, but he doesn't want this investigator to do that. And he said, I will pay you, what you want just to go in and investigate. And you know how many people have turned him down? A lot, you guys. A lot of investigators said no.
Well, you're basically a PI has to go through the same laws that the police department do. So by not being in contact with the police department, because that's what he's not wanting him to do,
right?
They'd be breaking the law.
People hire private investigators all the time. It doesn't mean you have to go through the police department to get a private investigator. Why does everybody think that?
What do you think? That you might not have to go, like if I get killed, you hire a private investigator, okay?
Right.
The private investigator can search anything I do. Mm-hmm. But outside of my fucking house, if he wants to search something, he has to get it approved. He has to go through the city council or something. He can't just go to somebody's house and say, well, since the police was here, I can go in here too. No, you can't. They have to go through the same routes the police department has to go through to figure out shit, unless it's in the family's home. They're not.
I don't think they have to go through the cops.
They're not bounty hunters. They're PIs.
I know, but
bounty hunters can get around the cops' shit because they just don't fucking care. A PI is a private investigator.
They can sit. They can sit out on the road. There was probably cola.
Shh. It's like a bag. Weird. Get out of there. We'll put it in the litter box.
My puppy, you guys, I don't understand it, but he loves to play in the litter box. He absolutely plays in the litter box when it's clean. He just enjoys it. I don't know why he does it, but he does.
Bye, Ashley. We're getting ready to get off here, too.
Bye, Ashley. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Be blessed.
But yeah, we're going to get off here, guys. We just wanted to talk about some of the new updates and different things.
And to let you know, please check out AWP, because they're an awesome group. And check out Check It. He has some pretty...
Check It TV.
He has some pretty interesting stuff on his channel, and you might be interested in it. And we're all learning how we can be investigators. If you're going to go out and investigate something yourself, guys, and you think you have a clue or you found a clue,
don't use your hands.
Take gloves with you.
Yes.
Something that you can pull out of your pocket, just a regular pair of gloves that you can, that doctors put on, All
right, I'll check it here in a minute,
and, take them with you if you're going to investigate. So that way, if you do pick up something and it is to a case, you haven't touched it. Always be safe.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna let you go because I'm gonna turn my air back on. It's getting hot as hell in here, and Mom can't handle the air. So
freeze.
that's why I turned it way down.
I really enjoyed talking to everyone tonight. Leave it in the comments if you have something that we didn't talk about on Kiely that you'd like to talk about.
And we might do an update like in a couple days.
Yeah, and be blessed and be sure to treat each other the way you'd like to be treated.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye. I don't want to say that out loud, but it does.
Well, they probably.